Flame Squad, check in. Flamecast live. You're tapped in for another one. So listen, guys. Internet, I just dropped and published a new article. This current article I wanted to publish and discuss, just talking about the future of the music industry, or the and music production, and talking about more of smaller gates, bigger challenges that are upon us or ahead of us, right? And so I want to read a few bits and pieces, and I encourage you to go to flamesquad.com, check it out, engage, comment, share. But basically, as we move deeper into and beyond, the music industry continues to transform at a rapid pace, shifting the landscape for artists, fans, and the business as a whole. Now, these changes are creating a new reality where the barriers of entry for success in music are becoming increasingly exclusive, right? Because it's so saturated out here. And now the net is too big, right? You would think more is better. You would think more options are better. And in some regards, there is, but in a lot of instances, less is best. And so, as indie distributors and major labels alike are tightening their threshold, making opportunities harder to come by for emerging artists, streaming service, which once promised accessibility and exposure, are now contributing to the evolving and precarious revenue model, right? Because we all know that we already know the streaming. You've seen, there's countless YouTube videos. I ain't even go there. But you know, with the rise of the streaming, the payout is laughable. It's very laughable. And so if you don't have multiple streams of income, because it's all pennies, right? So if you don't got pennies coming from here or here or here or here, if you're relying on that streaming service moving forward, we definitely got to diversify those bonds, in my Wu-Tang voice. I think the GZA did that skit. Anyway, so in this article I published over at flamesquad.com, I'm just exploring how these trends are shaping the future of music with a particular focus on touring, right? Touring is iffy, inexpensive, right? And with these 360 deals, a lot of the labels are tapping into all that money, right? They're tapping into your merch, your touring, your streaming. If you happen to get an acting gig, they're tapping into that. If direct to fan engagement, I'm gonna be tapping into that because I really feel like it's about to go door to door. It's very interesting. And I hope that we're prepared for this shift. It's already shifted, right? A lot of us are late catching up to the shift, but the shift is here. It's right now, right? It's and the need for artists to adopt entrepreneurial mindsets, mind state, right? As an artist, producer, creative, you are a business. And I think it's easy to slip and hide behind the artist, right? You think you don't got to be doing a lot of stuff? No. You got to do a lot of stuff. You got to do a lot of stuff. It ain't just sit back and think. No. So in this article, we're going to be talking about the shifting gateways to success. I'll get deep into that. We also talking about streaming and the revenue puzzle. How do we piece it all together? What do we do? Where are we going? The evolution of touring. Is that really going to exist pretty much moving forward? In this new shift, right? Are bands going to move to smaller venues, right? That's all overhead. It's all overhead. Somebody got to pay for it up front before you get the return, right? It's clear most artists don't want to do that, right? So they find managers. They think they find someone that's going to invest in me, but you haven't invested in yourself, right? So anywho, We're going to be talking about that, and we'll go deep into that. We also get more in tune with direct to fan engagement, the next frontier. How is the website that you got, was it looking? Are you dependent solely on social media? I don't think that's good. I think you should use social media to help benefit your platform. Your platform meaning your .com. Where's your website at? It's serious business. So we'll get into that. The role of merchandise and the changing industry of that, right? When we start talking about merchandise, hoodies, t-shirts, how is that going to impact us moving forward, especially on shipment? Especially if we depending a lot of these garments, they coming from overseas, right? And when we start looking at that new tariff that might be in effect, how is that going to play into artists and their merch and them t-shirts they trying to get, right? So they can sell. And them hoodies. These are real questions. And I give you my perspective and viewpoint on them. Check out the article at flamesquad.com. This video also will be a precursor to the article, so it'll be clipped with it. And you can view this YouTube and over at flamesquad.com. But we also get into adapting to the shift. Are you evolving with the shift? Are you adapting? Artists as the entrepreneur. Once again, you are a business. It's a business. It's not all fun and games. It's not all popping champagne, rolling around in limos. That is an expense, actually, that most of us can't afford. And why would you? I think there's better focus on your money investment than doing things that are superficial and for spectacle. Anyway, we tap in though. Flamesquad.com, peep the article. So, once again, my final thoughts: embrace patience and persistence. Patience and persistence. The music industry has always been about patience and persistence, and keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going. But patience only works if you're working toward whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're, not just patience to be sitting around waiting just to see if something happened. It's being patient while you're working toward something to happen. Anyway, check out the article. I'm going to be publishing a lot of my thoughts and views now on the site, and then attaching a clip like this to summarize and just have that visual reference, right? Because I know everybody don't like reading, right? But reading is good. Helps that brain. So tap in, flamesquad.com. You can follow me at on YouTube at Flame Squad, where all my production that I produce and songwrite and all the artists I feature on the beats and production I produce. Also follow Flamecast Live, where I do all the pod talking, mix showing, and sharing things like this now, right? We're just gonna get deep into perspective, viewpoint, and if this helps you, great. Not okay. So tap in.